What innocent thing did your parents hide from you that came back 20 years later? My parents told me our basement door was permanently locked because of dangerous old wiring. For 12 years, I never questioned it. The basement was simply off limits, a forbidden zone in our otherwise normal suburban home. Mom would nervously change the subject whenever I asked about it, and Dad would firmly remind me that the electrician had deemed it unsafe for children. I assumed they were being typical overprotective parents. Then one weekend when I was 17, they left town for my aunt's wedding. I stayed behind because of a track meet, and while looking for the spare garage door opener, I noticed something peculiar above the basement door. A small brass key sitting on top of the door frame, hidden in plain sight all these years. Of course, I used it. With heart pounding, I turned the key half expecting to discover something sinister. Instead, the basement wasn't scary at all. Just a perfectly normal finished space with a comfortable looking couch, an old TV, and a mini fridge stocked with my dad's favorite beer. There were family photos on the walls and a shelf of board games. It looked like a pleasant hangout space, not the trap of exposed wires and crumbling foundation I'd been warned about. The only unusual thing was a large closet with a heavy padlock. Now, thoroughly committed to my investigation, I watched some amateur lock-picking tutorials on YouTube and managed to open it after an hour of frustrating attempts. Inside were hundreds of beautifully wrapped Christmas and birthday presents, organized by holiday and year. Every gift I'd ever received from Santa, or supposedly sent by distant relatives, was actually bought months in advance and hidden here. There were even presents labeled for my upcoming 18th birthday, still months away. My parents were planning celebrations in advance. I carefully locked everything back up and never mentioned it. The basement became my secret too. Whenever they left town, I'd sneak down there to watch the old movies my dad had recorded on VHS. Sometimes I'd read the cards attached to my future presents, touched by how much thought they put into selecting gifts that matched my changing interests. Fast forward 20 years. My wife Emily and I have a 5-year-old daughter named Lily, and we'd been searching for a larger home. By incredible coincidence, my parents decided to downsize to a Florida condo right as we began house hunting. They offered us a family discount on my childhood home, and we jumped at the chance. During renovations, we decided to expand the basement into a proper playroom for Lily. The contractor called me down one day, confused about the building plans. There's supposed to be another 8 feet beyond this wall, according to the original blueprints. We discovered my parents had actually walled off a section of the basement. Beyond that gift closet was a small room I never found during my teenage explorations. The contractor broke through, revealing a space that left me speechless. Inside was a meticulously preserved collection of every drawing, craft project, and homemade card I'd ever gifted my parents. My horrible kindergarten finger paintings were professionally framed. School assignments where I'd received good grades were displayed in acid-free protective sleeves. Every Father's Day tie, every Mother's Day clay handprint, every glitter-covered Christmas ornament, all arranged like priceless museum pieces with little handwritten date cards. There were dozens of photo albums documenting ordinary moments, me losing my first tooth, learning to ride a bike, falling asleep reading, things I didn't even remember. One wall held a growth chart with meticulous measurements from ages 2 through 17. Another had shelves with time capsules, shoeboxes labeled with each year of my childhood, containing movie ticket stubs, birthday cards from friends, and small mementos. Yesterday, I called Mom to tell her what we'd found. "We thought you knew," she said quietly. "That's why we kept the door locked when you were little. Because of dangerous wiring?" I asked with a laugh. "No, honey. We were afraid you'd find it and realize how absurdly sentimental we were about every scrap of paper you touched. Your father especially, that tough man who never cried at movies, was the one who insisted on the archival quality storage boxes. We were embarrassed to let you see just how much we adored you." She paused, then added, "We worried you'd think it was weird or creepy that we saved everything. Teenagers can be so critical, you know. We didn't want you rolling your eyes at our shrine to you." Today, I'm carefully taking inventory of the room's contents before we renovate, and I've started a similar collection for Lily, hidden in our attic.